Hi, good morning. My name is Vincent. You may be wondering why during Malaysia MCO lockdown I'm still able to camping. Actually no, I just camp inside my house compound here. Actually I don't have a proper studio to do today content, so I take this idea as my background for today. And also this month season is very hot. It's very hot weather, so I had to quickly set up in the morning to do this content so that I will not reach until afternoon. It will be very hot here. Actually today this video content is suggested by one of the audience asking why I don't do a MCO survival, because mostly I do the jungle survival. Okay, before that I would like to highlight this video is not sponsored by any brand or any product. In this content, I'm going to show some products. It's a medicine and some tea bags and also some equipment. All this is not by sponsor, and also this by my own knowledge only for sharing. I'm not a professional in medicals or doctor or nutrition specialist. I'm not, so please take note, this is just a sharing. Whatever the medicine I'm going to show you here, please get advice from the doctor before taking this medication. As you all know, when you are in a jungle, you must have a jungle knowledge for survival. The basic tool you're going to have is a parang, a knowledge to make a fish trap, to catch food, a blowpipe for hunting. So with all that knowledge and the skill, you could survive in the jungle for many days. So my question for you is, how are you going to survive during this COVID pandemic, like Malaysia now? We're having a very high surge in people to get infected, and many people are dying. So what have you get ready for this pandemic? Either is to prevent or after the post-COVID. Well, would you agree with me? For this COVID is already here more than 1.5 years. I think it started from 2019, around November or December. And on year 2020, Malaysia have a first MCO lockdown on March. We get to see a lot of news and information people will share in the media or in the YouTube that how many people are infected, how many people are dying, and how fast it's spreading, whether it transmits by flu or airborne. We also seeing the cases are going spike up or coming down. Why coming down? How the government implement the SOP to prevent the cases is getting more. And also there are people to suggest to go for exercise, to take some certain herbs or tradition medications, and also the vaccine. There are few brands and there are few companies are produce a vaccine. Some people would like to get a vaccine, some people don't want to get a vaccine for any other reason. So the question for you now is, how are you going to prevent to be infected by this virus? As we know, people who are infected by the COVID will have some certain symptoms after 10 days or 14 days. The symptoms are like fever, sore throat, dry cough, tiredness, joint pain or body pain, or some people might experience diarrhea. Today I'm going to explain carefully how I prevent and how is my step, my guideline. Please take note. This is my own knowledge only. It's not mean suitable for other people. Okay, firstly, we get to know people are get infected is through gathering, crowded area, like going to concert, pub or restaurants or some event or seminar. So the first thing we need to avoid to go to all these crowded area and to keep a social distance. Whether a person was get infected by the virus or not, the best is go to do the swab test. But the swab test sometimes could be quite costly. In Malaysia, the test is costing about 250 or until 350, depend on which place you go for the test. Sometimes after doing 2 tests, the result is still negative, and when the person die, they only found is positive. So what that means is Now the virus is getting more dangerous and might not be detected by checking the normal body temperature or the symptom like sore throat or even a swab test. I believe none of us would like to bring this disease or this virus back to your family. So later on it will spread to the own family member, your loved one, or our senior parents. And for sure, you don't want them to end up in the ICU, in the ventilator, and could be passed away. So to prevent is better than suffer later. So how I prevent, how I going to survive during this COVID pandemic? First, I will taking a vitamin C. As you know, vitamin C will boost our immune system and also protect us from getting flu and away from other sickness. So try to prepare some vitamin at home and to carry along with you when you go to work. And please take note, now the vitamin C is getting more expensive, and expensive is because people realize and going to buy the vitamin C, so the price is going up. Second thing, I will take this style of drink. This one in Mandarin called 清肺消痰. It means to clear your lung and also to reduce the phlegm. This one you can get it from any Chinese medical shop. It comes in this form, so you just get the cold water, hot water, just pour in and you can drink. So this one you can drink daily, 1 to 2 bags every day. And also, and according here, it say it also will boost your immune system. So that is quite important. And this one is about 8 ringgit something, and it contains 15 packs inside. Alright, the third one will be this 清肺排毒汤. Is also a tea. It contains, the box is 15 packs also, but this one will be more expensive. This one per box is about 45 ringgit in the market. So this one you can drink daily. It also helps to prevent from getting flu, cough, and most important, it helps to detox your lungs. When you notice you're having some symptoms like fever or sore throat, the best is go to do the swab test and also get ready some Panadol or paracetamol to reduce the fever. Alright, let's say the swab test result is you are positive COVID. Either the hospital now is full, the ICU, the ventilator is fully occupied due to the high spike. The doctor might advise you to self-quarantine at home. So what are you going to do? So the situation might be like India. They are lack of oxygen. The hospital is fully full already, and there are no bed available. There's no ICU bed available, and there's no ventilator available. As you can see, daily more than 4,000 people are dying in India. In Malaysia, in certain states, the hospital is also very full already. Okay? It's almost not enough bed, and it's also not enough ICU or ventilator. So the doctor might advise you to self-quarantine in you are just in the first stage. Okay, so they will monitor you, but you are self-quarantined at home. You are not allowed to come out to buy food or anything. The only one can help you is your loved one. So during self-quarantine, what have you prepared? So the earlier of the vitamin C, the tea bag is all just to prevent, but too bad you might still caught the virus. So the fourth, I will taking this Chinese medication. This is called 莲花清瘟胶囊. So this one is quite famous in China, and many people taking this to prevent the COVID or recover from the COVID. Please take note, this medication might help you to fast recover from stage 3. When the stage 4, stage 5, you are in the hospital, you had to admit in the hospital or in the ICU or ventilator. So you will not be able to taking this medicine. This per box have 24 gel capsule. For this one, it's not advised to take every day. Okay? It's not like the tea just now I show you. This one, when you have a symptom of cough or flu, you can take 2 tablets 2 times per day. So this box will last you for 6 days. When you are test positive COVID, then you have to take 4 tablets 2 times a day. So this one might only last you 3 days. So you need to prepare 4 to 5 boxes for at least 12 days or 15 days. Please take note also, people who have high blood, diabetic or pregnant, might not advise to take this medicine. This medicine may make your high blood pressure is getting higher. If you found the symptom, please stop taking or get advice from the doctor before taking this medication. So during the self-quarantine, you still need to take the vitamin C, the tea, and this Lianhua medicine. Then after then consume all this medicine and the tea, what are the next things you need to do? Go get an oximeter. Okay? This oximeter is to check your saturated oxygen in your blood. Okay? It's very simple. Just put in the finger, press tap on, and it will show the reading. For a normal person, your blood oxygen should above 95%. It could be 97, could be 98%, but as long as above 95%. If a person blood oxygen level is dropped below 90, you need to admit to the hospital. Also, this one is very helpful. You can daily checking your blood oxygen level if you didn't do any swab test, and if you are doubt whether you are infected by the COVID, so you can check it daily. If you notice your blood oxygen level is dropped below 95, 94, 93, 92, that means is something wrong and you need to go for checking. You could be heard from your neighborhood. Some people die at home, some people die before reaching the hospital, some can't wait the ambulance arrive and is already passed away. So it could be quite complicated, and it could be also a lack of oxygen, because some people when having a low blood oxygen, they are not aware. They don't feel anything. They could be just like a normal person or could be slightly feel tired. They are not aware their blood oxygen level is dropping. So it is quite dangerous. As you can see in India, there are people queuing up just to refill the oxygen tank, and they buy the oxygen from the black market, and yet some are still not survive. So let's say if you are self-quarantined, okay, and your blood oxygen is dropping, so what have you prepared? Are you going to last minute to ask someone to help you to get the oxygen tank, or will you spend amount of money to get the oxygen concentrator or the oxygen machine? So my advice is to get a oxygen concentrator. Alright, when it comes to oxygen concentrator, many people do not know what type they need to get, what spec they need to get. There are few brands in the market. Some is cheap, some is very expensive, some are medium price. So which one is suitable for you during self-quarantine? Okay, let me try to make it simple for you. I make it 5 stages when the people have a COVID. First is when they develop a symptom. Second, when they feel a bit tired, sore throat. Stage 3, the person could be unable to walk because they feel too tired and body pain. Stage 4 is the person definitely need to admit to the hospital and may need to go ICU, and also need the ventilator to support. So that will be the stage 4 and stage 5. So I will be focused on stage 1 to stage 3 only. Please take note, not every COVID person need oxygen support. No matter you have a oxygen tank, a low range oxygen concentrator or high range oxygen concentrator, when you reach between stage 3 or stage 4, you might need to stop and admit to the hospital. The reason is, if you are using this oxygen support, yet your blood oxygen is still dropping, that means this oxygen machine are unable to supply the oxygen to your lung already. So you need to go to the hospital to get the ventilator. In the online shopping like Amazon, in Malaysia we have Lazada and Shopee, you might notice the pricing is from $250 to $1,000 to even $2,000 to $3,000. Okay, so in Malaysia it will cost about less than 1,000, 2,000 something, 4,000 something, or 6,000 something. The low range could supply the oxygen from per liter to 7 liters per minute. That also the other way mean the air pressure supplied to you is stronger until 7 liter, or lower is 1 liter. The low range one is the oxygen level is decreasing when you increase the volume or the liter. So when at 1 liter, you can supply 93% pure oxygen to you. When you go to 2nd liter, 3rd liter, 4th liter, when come to 5th liter, it might only able to supply 50% pure oxygen. When come to 7 liter, it could be 35 to 25% pure oxygen, depend on which brand. That is the low range, and the pricing normally is about $250 to $550. The highest spec about $1,000 above might supply 1 to 5 liter only, but with stable 93% pure oxygen all the way. So from 1 liter, 2 liter, 3 liter until 5 is 93% pure oxygen. That's the difference. When you go for the even higher spec, which costs $2,000-$3,000, that could be supplied from 7 liter or to 10 liter oxygen and still maintain 93%. But it costs very expensive. So when you're self-quarantine, which one you need to buy? Of course, if you can afford, you can go for the middle range, is 1 to 5, still supply 93% pure oxygen. Well, as I said just now, when you come to the 3rd stage, your blood oxygen is still decreased. There's a sign, no matter it's the low range or the high range, the machine are unable to supply the oxygen to your lungs already, because your lung will be clogged by all the phlegm, so the oxygen are unable to go through. This is why you need to admit to the hospital to get a ventilator. For my oxygen concentrator is the low range. I bought this about $250 from Lazada. The other thing you need to look into it is after the post-COVID. I mean, you might be recovered from the COVID and you already discharged from the hospital. According to what I heard and what I read, some patients after discharge from the hospital, they complaining they still hard to breathe, and some might even pass away due to lack of oxygen because their lung is being permanent damage. As nowadays we know, people who have COVID, even though they recover, their lung might have certain percentage is permanent damage, so they have a difficult to breathe. And I heard some cases is like a person, actually the doctor say she's fully recovered already, so they unplug the hose, the ventilator hose, and after that within 2 hours she passed away. And also there's a case, one man is only 40 plus, he recovered from the COVID, but he complained to his wife he still have a problem to breathe, so they want to admit him back to the hospital. Too bad there's no extra bed in the ICU, so they just give him a normal bed. He was there for I think 2 days and he passed away in the bed because due to lack of oxygen. So what that means is you invest this oxygen concentrator machine is a good investment. Why? Because after you discharge from the hospital, when you rest at home, you might still need this oxygen concentrator to support you for the oxygen supply. Please, if you can afford, at least try to get one oxygen concentrator, not only to save yourself, but could save your loved one or your old parent. Okay, they might need it, you will not know. It's like now I grab your neck, I stop you from breathing. The first thing come to your mind is I need oxygen. How long you can wait? To order the oxygen concentrator through online might take a week to deliver, and even worse, due to the pandemic, due to the cases in India, there are some shortage. Okay, especially the high range are shortage in the market, or the price is going up double. The low range is still available to get it, so at least try to get one to stand by. That also will help to reduce too many people admit to the hospital and to prevent too many people in the ICU. So when you have this machine, not only will help yourself, it also will help the doctor and the hospital to give the ICU for the people in need, and also the ventilator, as the ventilator is quite limited. So that will help to reduce the burden from the hospital. So basically you need sanitizer to use at home or in your office. For myself, I also buy a simple small sanitizer, carry in my kitchen. You have to know whether you are the person in high risk in your family. Let's say if you are the sole provider to your family and you need to go out to work daily or travel or meet people, you know you are high risk and you possible bring the virus back home. So it's good to have taking some vitamin C, tea, and carry the sanitizer with you and you use it oftenly when you are touching anything. Sorry, my first camera has our battery, so I'm using the other one. Okay, I'm in the lift and escalator line, so it's under essential. During the full MCO lockdown, the government allow us to go out to work, but we have a support document. Normally, we will stand by, help those people who are trapped in the lift, or we call it a man trap, or if the lift is breakdown, we need to quickly go to repair it. So we are at the frontliner, we are taking some certain risks, because when at the apartment or high-rise building, they are high density people area, most of the people are using the lift, so they touch the lift button, and that could be left a trace of the virus on the button. So if we are not always sanitizing our hand, we might get COVID and we might bring this COVID back home. So I'm the high risk person. I'm a sole provider to the family, so I had to take care of myself. I had to prevent myself from getting the COVID. So this is how I carry along this small bottle with me, so that I can sanitize my hand as many times as possible. Or sometimes my colleague didn't bring, so I can share this with them. So whether you are good or not, this virus will stay with us for a long time. It's impossible they are totally gone forever. No, they will still be with us, and we know that day by day there's some new mutation is coming out. Like recently we heard about the Vietnam, which have the hybrid between the UK type and the Indian type. So they haven't given a name to this new mutation type, but what we know, this type could be airborne. So the 3-layer mask may not sufficient to prevent you to get the COVID. So you need to upgrade to using KN95. You don't need to get the N95, which is thicker and more difficult to breathe. We haven't need to use that type yet. Sorry for the noise being created by the car pass by in my area here, although it's a lockdown. So lastly, for prevention is this one, the mist gun. So this one is portable type. You can spray your room, your living room, your car, your tent. So this one is quite convenient and more effective. Or even you can spray when you reach home before you enter. You can spray your clothes, pants, everything before you enter your house. Alright, that's all what I'm going to share for today. So all the things that I showed just now is how I prevent get the COVID and how I take care of myself if I was being self-quarantine. And when it comes to stage 4, I really leave it to God. I need to get an ambulance to admit to the hospital. If I can survive, I hopefully no need to use the oxygen concentrator. No one want to go to the ICU. No one want to take in the ventilator. And no one would like to have an expensive bill. You can know if you are admit in the private hospital, you could need to have 20 to 30,000 ringgit just for admission. So if you don't have this much of cash, so please stay safe at home. Don't simply go out. So I wish you all healthy and safe. If you feel this channel is helpful to you, please don't mind to like and share, to subscribe to my channel. So see you. Bye. Take care.